They called me the greatest when I fought in the ring. But in 1990, I wasn't fighting for belts, money, or applause. I was fighting for people I had never met. By then, my body was no longer what it used to be. Parkinson's had slowed my speech and weakened my hands. Some days, even lifting a cup of water was a challenge. The world saw a former champion fading away. But inside me, the fighter was still alive. One night I sat in front of the television and watched the news. American men and women were being held in Iraq. Innocent people. Families back home were crying, praying, waiting. The word hostages cut deep into my heart. I knew what fear looked like. I had seen it in my opponent's eyes. And now I saw it in the eyes of my own people. Politicians were talking. Governments were arguing. But those families needed more than words. I felt something heavy settle in my chest, a calling. People told me to stay home. They said I was sick. They said it was too dangerous. They said Saddam Hussein wouldn't listen. Maybe they were right. But I kept thinking about those mothers and fathers waiting by the phone, wondering if they would ever hear their loved one's voice again. I asked myself a simple question. If I don't go, can I live with that? So I decided to go. No army followed me. No weapons protected me. Just faith and the belief that every human life has value. When I boarded that plane to Baghdad, I didn't know if I would come back. I won't lie, I was afraid. But courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward despite it. Baghdad was tense. Armed soldiers everywhere. Cold eyes watching my every step. I felt small walking those streets, but I stood tall in my heart. I reminded myself why I was there, not for politics, not for headlines, but for people. Then came the meeting with Saddam Hussein. He was a powerful man, and power can make people forget humanity. I spoke slowly. My voice shook, but my words were honest. I didn't accuse him. I didn't threaten him. I spoke as a man of faith, as a father, as a human being. These people are innocent, I told him. They have families waiting. Let them go home. After that, there was silence. Hours passed. Days passed. I waited. The hostages waited. And the world waited. Doubt tried to creep into my mind. What if this fails? What if I've risked everything for nothing? Then one day, I was told the Americans would be released. I will never forget that moment. When those 15 Americans walked out free, I saw relief, shock, and joy all at once. Grown men cried. I cried too. Not because I was proud, but because lives were saved. Because families would be whole again. One of them looked at me and said, "We knew we were going home when we saw you." That humbled me more than any championship belt ever could. I escorted them out myself. I didn't want to leave until they were safe. When we landed back home, I watched families embrace, tears falling, prayers answered. That sight made every risk worth it. Some people criticized me later. They said I was used. They said I shouldn't have gone. But those voices didn't matter to me. What mattered were the 15 Americans who slept in their own beds that night. I never saw myself as a hero. I escorted them out myself. I didn't want to leave until they were safe. When we landed back home, I watched families embrace, tears falling, prayers answered. That sight made every risk worth it. I was just a man who believed that love is stronger than fear, and humanity is stronger than politics. Patriotism isn't about shouting the loudest. Sometimes it's about stepping into danger quietly so others can come home. I fought many battles in my life. I won some, I lost some. But that day in 1990, outside the boxing ring, will always be one of my greatest victories. Because true greatness isn't measured by how hard you punch, but by how much you're willing to risk for others. And that fight, I would take again.